You're about to eat your last piece of sugar. You do not know it yet, but 60 days from now, your body will be completely different, not just a little different. Fundamentally, measurably, biologically different. Your brain will have rewired itself. Your liver will have cleared out its fat stores. Your skin will have renewed its surface. Your gut bacteria will have changed their composition. Your insulin system will have reset. And the energy you feel every morning will be unlike anything you've experienced in years. But the road to get there is not smooth. The first few hours are the hardest part, and they begin the moment you put the sugar down. Hour 1. Nothing dramatic happens yet. Your blood sugar is still elevated from your last meal. Insulin is circulating, clearing glucose from the bloodstream and directing it into cells. You feel normal, maybe a little satisfied. Hour 2. Blood sugar begins to drop. This is normal and expected, but your brain has been trained to expect a refill. Every time blood sugar dropped before, a snack or a sweet drink arrived and pushed it back up. That signal, the dip, the craving, the reach for something sweet, is about to fire for the first time without being answered. Hour 3. The craving hits. It does not feel like a gentle suggestion. It feels like a demand. Your brain releases a signal called neuropeptide Y, a hunger hormone that specifically targets sweet, high-carbohydrate foods. Think of it like a broken alarm going off in a house where nobody has come to reset it in years. It is loud, it is insistent, and it does not know how to stop on its own. This is the first test. Hour 4. If you do not eat sugar, something interesting begins to happen. The alarm gets louder before it gets quieter. Cortisol, the stress hormone, rises slightly. Your body interprets the absence of sugar as a mild threat. It has been receiving a steady supply of fast energy for so long that the interruption registers as an emergency. Your focus may feel slightly scattered. Your mood may dip. Your energy may feel flat. This is not weakness. This is withdrawal. Sugar activates the same reward pathways in the brain as certain addictive substances. Dopamine, the pleasure chemical, spikes every time sugar enters the bloodstream. When the spike stops, the system notices. Hour 6. The first wave of cravings begins to ease. Blood sugar has stabilized at a lower, steadier level. Your liver has begun releasing glycogen, stored glucose, to keep the brain and muscles supplied. The system is adapting. You are past the first wave, but the next 24 hours will bring more. Hour 12. You have not eaten sugar for half a day. Insulin levels have dropped significantly. With insulin low, the body begins accessing fat stores for energy. This is a system that most people rarely activate. Most modern diets keep insulin elevated enough that fat burning never fully switches on. Now, for the first time in a long time, the switch is beginning to turn. Hour 24. One full day without sugar. The cravings are still present, but they are beginning to follow a pattern. They peak, they fade, they return, they fade again, like waves. Each wave is slightly smaller than the last. Your gut bacteria are already responding. The harmful bacteria that thrive on sugar, the ones that have been sending hunger signals to your brain, are beginning to receive less of what they need. Their signals are getting weaker. Think of it like turning down the volume on a radio that has been playing too loud for years. It does not go silent immediately, but the noise is beginning to lower. Day 2. The headaches begin for many people. This is one of the most common and least understood symptoms of sugar withdrawal. When sugar intake drops, the brain adjusts the diameter of blood vessels. The change in blood flow produces a familiar, dull, persistent headache that usually lasts 1 to 3 days. It is not dangerous. It is the brain recalibrating its circulation system for a world with less sugar in it. Drink more water. Move your body gently. The headache will pass. Day 3. Something unexpected happens to your energy. It crashes first. The fast fuel that your body has relied on for years is gone. The mitochondria, your cellular power plants, are still adjusting to burning fat instead of sugar. This gap period feels like running out of petrol on a highway. You are not broken. You are switching fuel sources. The new fuel is cleaner. The new fuel lasts longer. But the engine needs a few days to adapt. Day 4. The adaptation is underway. Fat oxidation. The process of burning fat for energy is increasing. Your mitochondria are beginning to produce a steadier stream of ATP from fat instead of the sharp, brief peaks that sugar provided. The energy does not feel the same as the sugar rush. It feels quieter, more even, more sustained, like switching from a flickering candle to a steady lamp. Day 5. The cravings are still there, but they are no longer emergencies. They are requests, and requests can be declined. Your brain is beginning to notice that declining them does not lead to disaster. It leads to the craving passing on its own within 20 to 30 minutes. Every time you decline the request, you are rewiring the brain's expectation. You are teaching the dopamine system that sugar is not guaranteed. And the brain, remarkably, adapts. Day 7. 1 week without sugar. Your insulin levels have dropped to a consistently lower baseline. With lower insulin, your cells are becoming more sensitive to it again. Insulin resistance, one of the leading drivers of type 2 diabetes, obesity, and chronic fatigue, begins to reverse. Think of insulin as a key in your cells as locked doors. After years of being flooded with sugar, the doors become resistant to the key. They require more and more insulin to open. After 1 week without sugar, the doors begin to become responsive again. The locks begin to soften. Day 10. Your liver is changing. The liver is the primary site where excess sugar, specifically fructose, is converted into fat. This process is called de novo lipogenesis. In people who eat large amounts of sugar, the liver accumulates fat over time. This is called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and it affects hundreds of millions of people worldwide, most of whom have no idea they have it. After 10 days without sugar, the liver begins to clear this fat, slowly at first, but measurably. Day 14. 2 weeks in, your skin is beginning to change. Sugar triggers a process called glycation, where glucose molecules attach to collagen and elastin, the proteins that keep skin firm and elastic. Glycation damages these proteins. It makes them stiff and brittle. It accelerates the visible signs of aging. Think of it like adding sugar to a rubber band and leaving it in the sun. The rubber band hardens. It cracks. It loses its stretch. Without the constant sugar supply, the glycation process slows. Collagen begins to recover its structure. Skin starts to look less puffy, less inflamed, more even in tone. Day 21. 3 weeks without sugar. The gut microbiome has shifted significantly. The harmful bacteria that fed on sugar have been weakened. Their colonies are smaller. Their signals to the brain are quieter. Meanwhile, beneficial bacteria, the ones that thrive on fiber and complex carbohydrates, are beginning to repopulate. The hunger signals being sent to the brain are changing. You are no longer craving sugar. You are beginning to crave the foods that actually feed your gut well. The microbiome is learning a new normal. Day 30. Halfway. Your energy is no longer on a roller coaster. Before, blood sugar would spike after every sweet meal, trigger an insulin surge, crash down, and send you reaching for more sugar within an hour or two. That cycle, the spike, the crash, the craving, the spike again, has stopped. Your blood sugar now moves in gentle, shallow waves instead of violent peaks and valleys. Your brain is receiving a steadier supply of fuel. The afternoon food that used to arrive at 2 or 3 o'clock is gone. Your focus holds through the day without needing a sweet boost to sustain it. Day 35. Your inflammatory markers are dropping. Sugar is one of the most powerful drivers of systemic inflammation in the modern diet. It feeds harmful gut bacteria that produce inflammatory molecules. It drives insulin spikes that trigger inflammatory pathways. It contributes to glycation that damages proteins throughout the body. Without the constant sugar input, the inflammatory load on your body is meaningfully lower. Your joints may feel less stiff. Your skin may show fewer breakouts. Your body may feel less like it is quietly on fire. Day 40. The brain has rewired. This is not a metaphor. Neuroimaging studies show measurable changes in the dopamine reward pathway after extended sugar abstinence. The brain's response to sugar, the spike of pleasure, the urgent wanting, has decreased. Sugar no longer triggers the same intensity of reward signal that it once did. This means that if you eat sugar now, it tastes different. Too sweet. Almost overwhelming. Your palate has recalibrated. Your brain has adjusted its sensitivity. What once felt like a reasonable amount of sweetness now feels excessive. Day 45. Your liver has cleared a significant portion of its accumulated fat. Liver enzyme levels, markers of liver stress, are lower. The organ is functioning more efficiently. Fat digestion has improved. Energy from fat is being metabolized more cleanly. The liver is lighter in every sense of the word. Day 50. Sleep has changed. Blood sugar spikes before bed, caused by late-night sweet snacks or sugar-heavy meals, suppress melatonin and disrupt the first stage of sleep. Without those spikes, melatonin rises more naturally in the evening. Deep sleep, the restorative stage where the brain clears waste and the body repairs tissue, is longer and more consistent than it was 60 days ago. You are falling asleep more easily. You are staying asleep more completely. You are waking up more rested. Day 55. Your relationship with food has changed. You no longer think about sugar constantly. You no longer feel controlled by cravings that arrive without warning and override your intentions. You are making food choices from a position of calm rather than urgency. This shift is not willpower. It is biology. The craving system has been retrained. The dopamine system has recalibrated. The gut bacteria have changed their signals. The brain is no longer receiving the same relentless demand. Day 60. You have arrived. Your blood sugar is stable and regulated. Your insulin sensitivity has significantly improved. Your liver has cleared its fat stores. Your gut microbiome is more diverse, more balanced, more beneficial than it was 2 months ago. Your skin is less inflamed, more even, more resilient. Your brain's reward system has recalibrated. Your sleep is deeper. Your energy is steadier. Your inflammatory load is lower. And the cravings, the urgent, insistent, alarm-like demands that drove your relationship with sugar for years, are quiet, not gone forever. Not if you start again, but quiet. You have given your body 60 days without its most disruptive input, and it has used every one of those days to repair, recalibrate, and rebuild. This is what the body does when you remove the thing that was holding it back. It does not wait for instructions. It already knows what to do. You just have to give it the chance.